Thank you everyone for joining us today for a USC AI Future Symposium on AI with Common Sense. It's our third symposium this year on forward-thinking topics in AI. My name is Yolanda Gill. I'm a director for new initiatives in AI and data science at the USC Viterbi School of Engineering, and a research professor in computer science and spatial sciences. And it is my pleasure to introduce Dean Yanis Yortsos of the Viterbi School of Engineering, who is going to welcome all of us to this symposium and sessions.
Thank you, Yolanda, and thank you all for being here. It's a wonderful series that has started for some time now, and I cannot tell you how excited I am and how thankful I am to Yolanda and the team for putting this together. Today's topic is on AI with common sense. So I want to say a few words about it. As you probably know, AI systems today can converse with us to find a book or a song or to vacuum our floors. But they do not have a common sense to know that we read books for learning or for pleasure, that music relaxes us, and that tidy homes are much more enjoyable to have. Even in a baby's facial expression, we can see already the direction where objects are assumed to go when they are propelled. AI systems are not there yet to make such predictions. Babies may not know the mathematics and physics of gravity. However, they certainly form expectations based on some basic notions they have. And how humans acquire over time all the common knowledge that we bring to bear to function in this world still remains some sort of a mystery. And this is where common sense comes in. Yolanda reminded me that when we think of common sense, we immediately recall the work with that title by Thomas Paine, was published back in 1776. Paine was arguing for the American independence from Britain by stating what he considered to be truths about government that did not seem to be evident in the colonies. He said, "Could the struggling thoughts of individuals be collected, they would frequently form materials for wise and able men to improve into useful matter. We can only wish that we'd collect the thoughts of individuals we consider to be truths about the world so that our AI systems could better understand us and our circumstances." Generalizing from Paine's meaning of common sense, AI researchers characterize it as the body of knowledge that people assume about the world. This kind of knowledge is present from early infancy, and most goes unstated and assumed to be known by everyone. Would it be nice if it was the case for AI systems as well? So today's USC AI Future Symposium and tomorrow will include 2 days of presentation by USC researchers who have endeavored to collect the kinds of common sense knowledge AI systems should have about the world. Their methods extract common sense knowledge from text on the web, from scenes in images and videos, and from people. USC is in fact carrying out truly pioneering research in this often neglected but very crucial area of AI. At the School of Engineering here at USC, we emphasize 5 mindsets of change to thrive in today's world. 2 of them are focused on excellence in technical skills and innovation. And the other 3 focus on the human-centric aspects of engineering, cultural awareness, and impact to society. These mindsets must be applied in tackling the common sense challenge for AI as we are laying the foundations for AI to be responsible and ethical and to impact society in meaningful ways. For example, some research threads at the symposium are concerned with cultural differences in what is considered common sense. So we are very excited to bring you this 3rd USC AI Future Symposium this year, this one to present our unique research in AI with common sense. Thank you all for joining us. in glimmering into the future of AI. And I wish you a best symposium and a very wonderful time as well. Thank you, Yolanda.
Thank you, Dean Georgios. Thank you very much. I will now introduce Craig Knoblock. Craig is Keston Executive Director at the Information Sciences Institute of the Viterbi School of Engineering and Research Professor in Computer Science and Spatial Sciences. Craig will give us an overview of the plans for the meeting.
Great, thanks, Yolanda. Yeah, so it's a great honor to give a few opening remarks here. I want to point out this is the third in a series of symposium on the AI futures. And the first two actually are available. You can watch the videos in case you missed those. And so in this one, will go up afterwards. We'll post all the videos up. But I think this is a really exciting topic. I'm really looking forward to watching all the talks in this symposium. So common sense has been, has such a long history in AI in terms of research on it. And, there's a lot of early work in AI. Doug Lenat had this big system psych that got a lot of attention for a number of years. And then there was sort of, a loss of interest, or, people had a different focus for a number of years. And it's really great to see so much interest coming back in this. So there's, quite a few projects here at USC that you'll hear about in today's and tomorrow's symposium. And I think it's going to be a really interesting series today. So in terms of the structure of the symposium, right? So today there's going to be two technical sessions. So the first session is on common sense reasoning, and one of our first speakers, Philip Filipowski, deserves a lot of credit for putting today the program for this symposium. So thank you, Philip, for doing a fantastic job with identifying speakers and topics and organizing this. But we also have other speakers in this first session for both ISI and the Computer Science Department here at USC. And the second session on common sense knowledge today is going to include 4 speakers from ISI, and I think those will be really interesting talks as well. And then we'll conclude today with a keynote talk by Tomer Ullman, titled Models of Core Common Sense in Infancy. So that should be a really interesting session to conclude today's session. And then tomorrow, we again have 2 more technical sessions. The first one on common sense for creativity, again with 4 speakers from ISI again. So that's looking to be really interesting. And then followed by another session on common sense in AI agents and robots. And that section is made up of a combination of folks from ISI, ICT, which is the Institute for Creative Technology, and the CS department. And then we're going to conclude tomorrow's with a panel session on common sense and artificial general intelligence. And here we have a number of sort of, I think, prominent outside speakers that are going to give us their views on this topic. And then finally, we'll conclude with some closing remarks. So I think we have a really exciting symposium planned for today and tomorrow, and so I hope you'll all attend that. And in case you miss any sessions or have to duck out, they will be recorded and made available afterwards. And so I want to thank Yolanda again for doing such an amazing job in terms of putting together this series on a really interesting set of talks, and there'll be more of these coming up. So watch out for the next ones.